Welcome to Sacred Wandering with Kira Brinton. My friend, this is a corner of the world where time stops, where the noise in our minds quiet, where we have soft hearts and we open our palms and we ask. This is a place where we receive. I invite you to join me as we wander through the sacred together. Welcome to Sacred Wandering. Good morning, my love. I invite you to take a nice deep breath in all the way down to the tips of your toes. Just take in all the oxygen into the body, refilling the cells with light, with miracles, with hope. Let's do that again. Today, I would love to wrap us in self-forgiveness. Anywhere in your life that maybe you've been shaming yourself, you've been feeling like you could have made a better decision, you should have made a better decision, shaming what you thought you knew was right and turned out to maybe have not been what you wanted. I want to really pose this question that what if it was never wrong? What if there's never a wrong? It's just that it wasn't what we expected. It wasn't what we were attached to the results, and it ended up going differently. This is when we self-shame, and this is also when we actually want to give ourselves consequences for making decisions. And so today I want us to just wrap ourselves in the deepest place of self-love and self-forgiveness, witnessing ourselves saying, my love, this is to be alive. Okay? Decisions is to be alive. And sometimes you make some decisions that don't work so well. All right? You're alive. Wonderful. Sometimes you make decisions that are magical. You're alive. That's wonderful. There is no right. There is no wrong. God asked us to live. God asked you to live. And there will be mistakes, and there will be heartache, and there will be broken hearts and broken bones and shattered businesses and all of the things. And this is to be alive. Okay? It's to be alive. And that is the request from God, is to live. So first and foremost, may we see this truth and wrap ourselves in the deepest place of self-love. And today, the message I'm going to read to you. Interesting. How beautiful. It was given to me on the anniversary of the day I almost committed suicide. On February 17th, 2017, I almost took my life. Interesting. I just opened this today. I was given this year on the 8th anniversary of that day. And these are the words I was given. Life is meant for pleasure. Do not shame yourself for enjoying. Instead, deepen. I am found in both the pain and the pleasure. 8 years ago, you met me in pain. Now meet me in pleasure. Oh, I didn't even know we were going to read that. I just opened up a page and started the podcast. Look at how God just ties it all together every time. Every damn time. It's so amazing. And one of my requests from God this morning in my blessing of the body was I asked God for clarity with the messages that God gives me. I had someone question my receiving from God. And so I went to God and I said, I need clarity that you speak to me. And then this happens where I literally am just downloading all this information at the beginning of the podcast, unaware of which message God had asked me to share. And so this is my witness. And I'm always asking for witnesses from God, that God speaks to me. I'm always asking for God to show me, because then I have deeper trust, and God always does and always does and always does, because God still speaks to humans. Actually, God has always spoken to humans, but there was a forgetfulness that that actually like ran through our generation. And I believe that I get to help open up this truth again, that God still speaks. And every day when you meet with me here, God is speaking to you. And you do not have to hear God only here. This is where you're building your muscle. But then go out and listen to God every minute of every day. For this is not a one-time thing. This is not something that only happens in buildings or temples or in holy places. You are the holy place. Where you stand is holy. For you keep the sacred sacred, which means that you can hear God anytime, anywhere. And let me remind you, to keep the sacred sacred doesn't mean you have to be perfect, for you can't. We are human. Keeping the sacred sacred means that you are in devotion to the one and only being, the God above gods, the one who designed you, the one that knows you down to your cells. And our devotion to God is what holds the sacred sacred. So let's go into prayer, shall we? And before we do, let's shift our vibration. So we're going to pick up anything and everything that you've been shaming yourself for, that you have told yourself you made the wrong decision. You're not right. You're horrible, blah, blah, blah. All these bologna and cheese things that are not true. And you know it. They are just illusions meant to keep you stuck. We pick it up and we're going to put it into God. We're going to ask God to alchemize this and help us love ourselves through it. Help us love ourselves through it. To be wrapped in the deepest place of self-forgiveness. And then we ask that we may shift the vibration of the frequency of the person we know we are here to be. That we may shift to the frequency of divinity. That we may shift to the frequency of love. And in that energy, we're going to ask that God will bless us. Give us a blessing through visions, through words, through whatever God would give us, so that we may write them down and bring them to earth. I'm going to be quiet while you pray. Take a nice deep breath in. Breathing it all the way down to the tips of your toes, allowing your body to receive. We're going to open our palms and ask God, what is the number one thing you need me to do today? Whatever you hear, we're going to receive into the palms of our hands. And then we're going to ask our angels to come and help us take this action today. And that our angels will open up the pathways of miracles, that our angels will open up all the pathways that we've been seeking, that we may feel so deeply supported. And I'm going to wrap you today in the love of a mother. I want you to think of going to a mother, maybe not yours, but a divine mother, one who loves you so deeply much. Maybe that is yours on earth, but not everyone has this. So I want you to feel into the mother that does love you all the way. And I want you to think of bringing the things that you have shamed yourself for, the things that you have felt guilty for, and I want you to give them to her. And what I want you to do is I want you to feel her place her hands on your face and kiss your forehead and look at you in the eyes and tell you that it's all going to be okay, that you are so deeply loved, and that she is on your team no matter what you do, because you are more important to her than your actions. And her love will never leave. And for me, this is the love of the Divine Mother. And this is the love that heals. And today I wrap you in that love. Take a nice breath in and let that move into your body. And I want to thank you for wandering into the sacred with me today, my dear. And I will see you right here tomorrow morning in our prayer corner.
Thank you, my love, for wandering into the sacred with me today. It is always an honor to hold this space for thousands of us to gather daily in sacred devotion. If you feel called to deepen this practice and join me live, I invite you to be a part of the Sacred Wandering Circle, a private, intimate space where we share our daily blessings in a Facebook group and gather once a month for a live 1-hour session. We come together to bless the body, to pray, and to receive. There is so much power when we unite with others who hold the sacred sacred. If your heart is nudging you, you can find the link in the show notes. And remember, you don't need anyone to help you hear God. You are the conduit. God speaks directly to you. And your prayer corner, it lives within you always.